there, I'm Budda and you're watching Dr. Guitar, a show for all you guitarists out there. In today's episode, I'm talking about the biggest secret to guitar solo, and almost no one really talks about it. First of all, let me thank my dear patrons for supporting the show. If you want to become a patron and support yourself the show, just go to the link. It's super easy and you will have access to free video lessons every week, backing tracks every month, a shout out in the videos, and my big thank you for supporting and helping me keep on doing this. You can also contribute to the tip jar on PayPal. And if you're interested in guitar lessons with me, just send me an email or a direct message via Instagram or Facebook and we'll deal with it from there. Also, please visit my reverb.com store where I have some of the gear I review here in the show and that I can't afford to keep. Let's go! No one really tells you what's the secret to a great guitar solo or to good guitar solos. But it's really simple. In my first lessons with every student, I always say there's a very simple basic theory music lesson that lasts like 2 seconds or 3 seconds. And that's there's 12 notes and they all work. And this is exactly what we're talking about today. It doesn't matter what you play as long as you end up in a cool place. I did it in the solo of the intro song. And that's really eye-opening because you can become a little better at your solo, well, a lot better at your solo playing if you embrace this concept. Because basically, what I'm saying, if I have a loop, what everyone tells you is that you have the scale to play on top of. So in this case, I have my A major diatonic scale. And I'll be playing stuff like okay, very simple, very melodic, and I'm doing melody solo, no problem at all. But you can play any note. So if I'm playing stuff like I can play the notes in between like and I'm playing a really wrong note. No one really tells you that you can play other notes that are not from the scale. So I'm playing, for example, this is scale notes, but I can play 3, the 5, the flat 6, the 6, 7, and 1, and it works. But I can play a blues lick like in G, for example. I can play really, really outside notes. I can play the scale, of course. I have my minor, major pentatonics. But I can basically play chromatic, so every note until I hit a cool note. And I'm exaggerating a lot, but I will try to play normally and then sometimes fit in every note, every random note. And we could end the episode here, because I already gave you 2 cool examples of this. But we have a lot more to focus on. So a great way, because I'm telling you every note works and I'm giving you random crazy stuff to play. I'm playing... You can play chromatic because your movement is coming up. You're going... But it's not just by playing those kind of licks randomly. You need to play them rhythmically so they fit the song. But then you can play any outside note. It will sound strange, but as long as your intention drives you to the correct note, it will always sound good. That's what people say, joking. They say about jazz. It's like when you hit a wrong note, it's jazz. Or if you believe in the wrong note, if you play it 3 times, it becomes a right note. It becomes jazz. That's how they play it. And that's not entirely false, because in jazz music, people tend to play notes that are not super, how can I say it? Like, they're not obvious. They're trying to play kind of strange notes to make it more exotic, more sophisticated, and less obvious notes to become a little more surprising to you. So in a different kind of harmony, if we have like a jazzier progression, playing a basic melody. Okay, very simple. But I can change this melody and I can use stranger notes and chromatic notes to make it feel a little stranger, and it will sound the same. I can add this chromatic note that doesn't belong to the scale. And then add this one. So I'm basically playing a big chromatic from F sharp to A. So I can play it. And I can even make it sound really strange as long as I'm coming down like. I'm coming out chromatically from this A to this D, and it still works because I'm playing it swingy. So it doesn't really matter the notes I play as long as I end it in a cool spot. And now the thing is, where are the cool spots? And that's where the money is. So if I'm playing, and the goal, I'm improvising, but the goal is to figure out where these notes are and how can you take advantage of it. So basically what I'm doing is that I'm falling down on the chord notes, on the basic chord notes, but also in this scenario, because I'm playing a little jazzier, I'm falling into notes that are not the basic notes of the chord, meaning it's not 1, 3, or 5. If you're struggling with this, please go and watch my video, Basic Theory for Guitar Players, because I explained it all over there. It's really critical for you to know the intervals in the guitar because it really helps a lot. So I'm playing, if I'm playing something on top of G, playing here a G major 7 and G6. Then an A minor 7 and a D 7, 9. Or if you prefer it, an A minor 7 and an A minor 6. Same chords. So if I'm playing something like, I'm starting on the 5 of G, I'm doing what I call the flat note rule, and I also have an old episode about that called the flat note rule, which means you can play any good note flat and then come up. So you can play the 5, which is a good note, then you play it flat. So if we have this arpeggio, just playing individually the notes of the knee, of a knee-shaped G major chord, you can play it so I'm playing like this is a cool example, also chromatic, and I was having fun. So again, you know, I like to play. So sometimes I get loose, I get lost in my playing because I really dig it, and I'm finding stuff for myself here too. But the cool thing is that if I play, let me give you a melody. Something like this. And I'm already playing a flat note because I'm playing the flat third and major third, so I'm playing it bluesier. Instead of playing the second. This would sound way more natural, way more major natural. This sounds bluesier. I'm playing just regular notes, so let's stick to the simple melody. So now I can play. And I'm immediately introducing the flat third here as a chromatic. Instead of, this could be the simple melody. So having a simple melody. Okay, now I can complicate it a little and introduce new notes, so I'm playing immediately more bluesy, because whenever you introduce the flat third and the major third, it will always sound blues. If I start with the 1, it's even more notes, so So the second melody. And we're introducing chromatic, so getting the G sharp here, which is ba. I'm playing A, na, A flat, na, G, F sharp. This means I'm introducing the chromatic to the notes. So this will free you up to experiment on soloing as long as you keep tempo, as long as you, if I'm playing this groove, I'm swinging it. I'm feeling it. I'm imagining the band, the walking bass, everything. So I'm swinging with my rhythm. So I'm not playing like a robot. I'm swinging it. Even this that I play. Do you get the power of this concept? Because basically what I'm doing is playing whatever comes to my mind and some more notes. And it all works because it's a beautiful concept. It's really simple, but really powerful because you can now enhance all your melody playing. So I will record a funk and let you go. Now I have a groove, and in this kind of groove I will play differently, different choices, because I'm not swinging anymore, I'm playing a funk groove. So as long as I keep rhythm and funk, and I'm playing minor pentatonic or major pentatonic, E. Okay, let's go. 1, 2, 3, bring it on now. and gone again. But the concept is the same. And with a groove like this, for me, it's easier to play outside, to play all the notes, because all it matters basically is rhythm. But I was playing at the ending, I was playing. Basically chromatic. So it all works as long as I'm going from the 1, in this case, to the 5. Get it? So we're always playing a right note going into another right note, but in the middle it's kind of a confusion, but it makes it sound okay because you're going in a certain direction. And this is really critical about soloing, because the only thing that matters, and this is, if you only take one thing out of this episode, is that the only thing that matters is where you end. It's not where you start, it's not what you play in the middle, is where you end. As long as your resting notes are cool, are beautiful sounding with the music, and that is very subjective because it can be a different beautiful for different people, but as long as you rest in a cool note, it will sound cool. If you rest in the wrong note, it will sound terrible, even if you play all good. So last example. In this case, I'm going to rest in really terrible notes and do really cool licks, such as I will play terrible notes, okay? You see, it doesn't matter if I play a cool lick like... Better yet, I will be playing, for you to get it easier, I'll play twice the same lick. One right, one wrong ending, okay? And my brain is so, and my hands are so used to try to play the better note that it's even harder to play the wrong note. But I think it translates really easy that it only matters where you end, not where you, not just what you play, not the licks. It's just where you hit, where you rest, where you really say, this is a pause. That's really what matters. How do you study that? We'll talk about that in another episode if you think this is a good idea. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. If you haven't done it yet, please subscribe to the channel if you like the video, of course, and leave the thumbs up. It's a really simple way of helping the channel, because the more likes and subscriptions the channel has, YouTube suggests it to more people so we can grow together and become a bigger community. Also, if you want to become a patron, just go to my Patreon link, or you can support the channel by contributing to the tip jar on PayPal. If you're interested in guitar lessons with me, don't forget to send me an email or a direct message via Instagram or Facebook, and we'll deal with it from there. Let me know in the comments if you like me to continue on this kind of video, showing you some techniques And if you want to hear the continuation of this strategy of soloing, right? See you next week. Bye-bye. Thank you so much.